Hey guys, so welcome back. So I just wanted to do a little deck profile of an updated deck profile of what I did for Herald Agents from last time. And that's because, first of all, I was able to cut it back to 42 cards because remember I was working with it. That wasn't the final product. I really like Herald Agents because of the ability to lock down your opponent. But I also noticed that I could make a few cutbacks. For instance, really only Herald of Green Light and Herald of Purple Light. You really only need to side those in, it turns out. Because this deck does, even with cutting back Perfection and Dawn of Herald to 2 and Perfection, or Dawn of Herald to 1 and Perfection to 2, you're still actually able to pull them out quite quickly. And yeah, because before what I was doing was I was drawing into excess Megamis or Dawn of Heralds and Perfections, and I couldn't really do anything with them because you don't want to summon Perfection until you have at least 2 or 3 fairies in your hand, because otherwise they could Dark Hole, you have to negate that, and then they could activate like something else and negate that, and then they just destroy it outright, and that kind of sucks. So really Perfection is the main thing that keeps this deck going. So that's the reason why you you want to, let me put it that way, you want to run the Tethys build, because Tethys just does such a good job of, if she's on the field and you have Reload or Magical Mallet, she can obviously plus your hand, but also during your next turn when you draw, for your draw phase, and if you draw a fairy, you get to keep on drawing, which is really good because it supplies your hand with lots of fairies. That's the reason why this deck is quite heavy on fairies. But yeah, so I mean, I don't run any traps because this deck doesn't really need any traps. You're really able to lock down your opponent because of Herald of Perfection, and then summoning Hyperion to inflict the actual damage, which is pretty good. I mean, if you need to summon a Synchro, that's always possible. And also for the XYZs, for the extra deck in general, what I included was a Daigusto Phoenix, because actually I forgot how good this guy is. Yes, it's true. Technically, you can go into Gachi Gachi. That's nice. He raises all your monsters by 400 attack and defense. But sometimes when your opponent's field is open, you just want to summon Daigusto Phoenix to inflict 3,000 damage, which is really good because if they've got, let's say you've got Perfection and Daigusto Phoenix on the field, well, if they try summoning a Gores or a Trag, then you can just negate it, of course, because that's what Perfection can do. So it's really good. I was able to cut this deck back to 42, and I also forgot that I didn't have Honest in the last deck profile, which is kind of embarrassing because you always want an Honest in a deck that runs majority light, and in fact this is all light, yeah, because they're all fairies. So yeah, you definitely want to run Honest. I ran a 1 day of peace just because it's really good. Just because if you draw into it and you can't really do anything, because sometimes you get stuck, and having that 1 day of peace really can save you for a turn. And also I included 2 Pot of Dualities for consistency. I wouldn't include 3. I mean, you could and make this a 41 card deck. It's really your choice. And also added a second Valhalla just because sometimes they MST the first one, so it always happens. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the example replays. So I've actually had a lot of fun playing with agents, whatever it is. I have no idea what that even is, but I've had a lot of fun playing with Herald Agents, mainly because my roommate has this in real life, and I've just been testing out to see whether or not we need to add or subtract any cards from his deck. So this is actually a really good hand because I send Hecatrice to get Valhalla, special summon Tethys, activate Reload, and then the effect starts going off. So it's really good. I like this part of the whole dueling system and everything. And I can still normal summon this turn, so that's good. Add that, special summon, and just like sit on it pretty much, because he tries activating that effect. I'm like, no, I'll go ahead and negate it. He tries to go ahead and activate that. I'm like, no, I'll go ahead and negate it. Yeah, he gets the summon effect failure. Who fucking cares, really? Draw, keep on drawing. Unfortunately, I can't do that. But go ahead, special summon that, destroy that. He tries negating that with Phoenix Chain. I'm like, no, I'll negate it with Perfection. Then he tries negating that with Effect Veiler, and I'm like, no, I'll negate that with Perfection again. And then I attack him for a whole bunch of damage. And then next turn, he ends up quitting out because, I don't know, lots of people quit out against me. That doesn't mean that their decks are crap. It just means that they're not as good as mine, so whatever. But I mean, it's prophecies. I don't know why I guess he thought that I still had fairies in my hand or something. He could have summoned Temperance of Prophecy, obviously, and then summoned what's her face, fucking High Priestess of Prophecy, destroyed either Hyperion or Perfection, either one. I probably would have destroyed Hyperion, but yeah, and then attacked Tethys. So anyway, that's that. I have no idea what this is this assault mode? Yes, this is assault mode. Okay. So you don't want to see assault mode right now because this is an assault deck profile. Here we go. So I was facing off against spirits. At first I thought this guy was going to be running a good spirit deck because I know that spirits have had some support from, I don't know what booster sets, but yeah, they've had some support. So yeah, anyway. So what you want to do whenever you have Valhalla like this is you want to use Valhalla, special summon Venus, normal summon Manju, because you want to summon Gachi Gachi if you can. So go ahead and do that. You play Chain Destruction, which isn't that good, because it only destroys the ones in my deck. You just made it easier for me now, dude. Seriously? Because now I can immediately summon Hyperion as soon as I get him out, which I mean I could have done anyway, but still. And the, did you see what he did that was so foolish? He sent Manju back to my hand. Now, obviously, he did that because he didn't want me to attack with him. But now I can summon Manju again next turn, add Advanced Ritual Art to my hand, and actually summon Perfection. So that was quite foolish on his part. But whatever, so he goes ahead and summons that. He tries attacking, but he didn't know I had an Honest in my hand. So, yep. And then go ahead, summon him again. Out Herald of Perfection and attack. He tries activating that effect. I'm like, nope, negate. Go ahead and attack for 1800, and now he's down to one card. So what the hell is he going to do? Nothing really. He sets that, plays that. Obviously, I'm not going to negate that. Draw into a fairy. Attack. He activates that. I negate it. Now, obviously, what I should have done. Oh well, he quit out anyway. It doesn't matter. Obviously, what I should have done was switched Herald of Perfection into attack mode, because that would have killed him. But it didn't matter because he ended up quitting out because his next card was another Rakshasa, whatever the fuck that is. And I could have just negated it, so it didn't matter. So, what the hell is this? Fuck off, burn. Oh, this motherfucker. God. Okay. So I was a little hesitant on showing this duel because this was a bad duel for me, but the only reason why I wanted to keep this duel is because even when I'm in a pinch and it looks like I'm going to lose, this deck can still pull off a win. So this guy actually played really intelligently, believe it or not. So go ahead and activate that. Bring that to my hand. Go ahead and summon Gachi Gachi so I can lay down my defenses. And the problem is, I think next turn maybe, I summon Herald of Perfection, which was not a smart move. I can't remember. Oh god, yeah. See, I didn't take my own advice. That's because this was played like a week ago. You never want to summon Herald of Perfection unless you've got at least 2 fairies in your hand. Well, it depends. The number of back row that he has, you want to have at least that number of fairies plus 1 more. Because if he's got a hand trap like Tragodia, then you're fucked, because obviously I'm going to activate that. And then he summons Tragodia. Guess how much attack Tragodia has? Fuck! Yeah, exactly. 3,600 right now. So he goes ahead and destroys Perfection. I'm like, wow, I'm really screwed at this point. So, this is pretty much all I can do right now. Summon Utopia, and block for a while. And of course he's going to keep trying to attack Utopia, because that's what I would do. And what I could have done actually, hold on, let me see. I could have actually summoned Black Rose Dragon right now if I wanted to. Because I could have special summoned another Shine Bolt, normal summoned him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So he goes ahead, keeps attacking and shit. And I'll warn you people, this does take a while. It does indeed take a while, because I know for a fact that we go up to at least 23 turns, because he just keeps destroying all my shit. But he is kind of weary of me using Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, because he does not destroy my Gachi Gachi in this turn, because he doesn't want me to special summon a fairy with Gachi Gachi, which he thinks, oh, maybe he'll summon a Master Hyperion or something. I'm not exactly sure. So obviously this guy keeps inflicting damage at the end phase, right? This guy, when he just became a Gemini, so he can inflict 1,000 damage once per turn. This guy's truly running a burn deck. I mean, look, it's all stall, Dark Room of Nightmare, Marshmallow. Oh yeah, Magic Cylinder. Yeah, it's a burn deck. A really shitty burn deck, but nevertheless. It's just I fucked up royally. So, yep, I can't really do anything. And at this point, I think he tries to activate it. And I'm like, you know what? I've had enough of it. Destroy it. And then he goes ahead and attacks and inflicts 1,500. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So go ahead and special summon Tethys. Normal summon that. Play Black Rose Dragon. And I destroy everything, which is good. That he doesn't have anything actually that can kill me in his hand, thank God. So I go ahead and set down that just as a blocker to sort of like tell him that, oh, well, I do have a little bit of defense at least. But really what I'm looking for is somehow to replenish my hand, so that would always be good, like a Tethys. Because if I had a Tethys, I could play Magical Mallet, but unfortunately I don't. So I send back that, special summon that, pop that, normal summon Tethys. Don't do anything. Obviously he could have Dark Hold, but I don't think that would have accomplished much, but he should have definitely Dark Hold. So go ahead, special summon Herald of Perfection, reload, draw a shit ton of cards again. And obviously you can see that this is the turn that the guy is going to die. So if you're thinking that he's going to survive longer than this, nope, he's definitely not. Summon the Hyperions, destroy that, attack. Yeah, I have to pay 500 life points, I know, because of toll. Keep on attacking, and there you go. So I only had 1,000 life points left, and it took me 28 turns. But even with a really shitty hand, you can still beat a shitty burn deck. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so let me see, what do I get? So this is like a really good example where you open up with 1 day of peace, which is good, because you don't really have anything that you can do anything with right now. So go ahead. Okay, well that's good. Plus I have a Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. So just sit on that. Unfortunately, this guy is running a really shitty Exodia deck. So he plays Cup of Ace, and Cup of Ace gets Tails both times, which means I get to draw 2 cards. Tails again, I get to draw 2 cards, and now he just sealed his own fate. So go ahead and do that. And then he activates another Dark World Dealing, which allows me to put more agents in the grave. That way I can special summon Hyperion. And he ends his turn, and now I'm about to win. So, yeah, there you go. Special summon the first Hyperion. Then special summon Herald of Perfection. Special summon another one. Special summon another one. Attack. If he activated any hand traps, obviously I can negate 3 times. But no need. I mean, honestly, I don't know why people run slow Exodia decks like that, so whatever. Okay, here's another Prophecy deck. Oh, this was an interesting Prophecy deck. So, you might know that some Prophecy decks are now including Kisara, or not Kisara, what is her name? The maiden with the blue eye, or the eyes of blue, or whatever the fuck they're called. And Blue Eyes, right? Because she's a level 1 spellcaster, which obviously can be special summoned if Grand Spellbook Tower gets destroyed. Which is really nice. And then if she's targeted by stuff like Wonder Wand, this fucking card, Spellbook of Wisdom, Spellbook of Power, all that shit, then you can activate her effect and bring out a Blue Eye. So yeah, it's pretty good. Who goes first? She goes first. Or it goes first. Whatever this guy's name is, I don't care. So obviously now he's bringing out Blue Eyes. Hold on, let me check his extra deck. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And then he goes ahead and draws 2 cards by sacrificing it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So go ahead, special summon that. And this was a really good hand. Keep on drawing, keep on drawing, keep on drawing. Oh man, you gotta love hands like this. So put it all back. Get all that. Put that all back. on drawing. So at this point, what I can do, obviously I can Dawn of the Herald for Herald of Perfection. But you're going to be like, well, how do you get over that blue eyes white dragon? Well, what I can actually do, I can just go ahead and special summon the Master Hyperion, I suppose. Oh, I summoned Black Rose apparently first? Okay, I guess that's good. Anyway, so go ahead, Dawn of the Herald for Herald of Perfection. Bring back Megami, because that's Dawn of the Herald's effect. Special summon Hyperion. Destroy that. It's going to try to activate that effect. I'm going to, of course, negate it. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2700. So, lay down that. Now I've got 6 fairies, so I can negate 6 times, which is good. Tries activating that. Nope, negate. I think he ends up quitting out, because I negate that as well. And he's like, well, I can't do shit. So, I'll go ahead and destroy his face-up monster. Well, okay, so now he quit out. Obviously, what I was going to do was destroy the face-up monster. Yeah, so it wouldn't really matter. And then, of course, I could have summoned Manju of the 10,000 hands and attacked. And actually, I would have switched Herald of Perfection into attacking it also, so that way I could take him down. So, yeah. Anyway, that was that. And then 6 Samurai. I don't know why people still run 6 Samurai. They're dead for the most part because, Gateway to the 6 got banned, which, I mean, that card wasn't that broken. I mean, 6 Samurai were not that good. They were alright before. You could make them pretty damn good, I gotta admit. And Gateway to the 6 apparently was a deal breaker for them, because I haven't faced a competitive 6 Samurai deck since then. So look at that. I get to do it all over again. Isn't that so cool? So special summon Tethys, do it all over again, keep on drawing. Oh, that's good. Now I've got a Manju, I can normal summon. Oh, actually, I don't even need to. I've got that. Go ahead and summon Gachi Gachi for defensive purposes and offensive purposes. So then just sit on that because I've got 4 fairies, right? So that's good. He tried activating that, so he just discarded 1 card for nothing, which is pretty bad. And he's got a Mirror Force and whatnot. Keep on drawing. Okay, there we go. Pot of Duality. Not really anything, so I'll just hold on to that. Attack for 2,000. Obviously, he didn't want to activate Mirror Force. And then I think he quit out? Yeah, he quit out. Because, I mean, what can he fucking do? It's Herald of fucking Perfection. So, yeah, this deck does a pretty damn good job of being able to put Perfection on the field in at least the first 2 turns, maybe the first 3 turns. So, yeah. And then this is the last one right here, so, yeah. So, I really like this deck. It's lots of fun. Go ahead and special summon Tethys again, play reload. I wish my Slifer Agents deck could pull out Tethys this fast. That would be amazing. Go ahead and special summon, or keep doing all that shit. Hold on to that, obviously, because if I get the chance to summon Perfection, obviously you want to. And then I haven't even normal summoned yet, so I can summon Venus. Go ahead and do that. Normal summon Venus. Bring out Gachi Gachi like I did last game. I mean, obviously I can't stop a Solemn Warning, but that doesn't really matter, so... He plays Pot of Duality, I negate it. He summons Grand Mole, tries to activate his effect, I negate it. There's no reason to allow him to activate it. So draw, keep on drawing, keep on drawing, keep on drawing, etc. And I stopped right there because at this point I was just going to attack and whatnot. So go ahead and summon that, summon Catastor. He negates that. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. I don't really give a shit. He can't do anything again. Keep on drawing, and then the replay ended. Obviously, you can see Hyperion would have been more than enough. Kill that card right there and attack. So that's pretty much it. That's the reason why Heralds are really good. I really like them. So if you want, I'll go back to the deck profile one last time. So, wow, my allergies aren't hurting as much today. That's a freaking relief, I suppose. So yeah. So this is the last Herald Agents deck that I'm going to really do as a deck profile. Maybe when I have finally decided what the final look of the deck will be and my roommate has the actual deck in real life all completed, then I will do another deck profile of it. But if I do that, then I'm going to be actually showing you the real cards, not YGO Pro. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to bring you one more Assault, Dragoonity Assault, and as far as Yubel goes, I only have one good Yubel duel with this, and it was me against a Blue Eyes deck. And to be honest, Yubel is just so hard to use. There's just nothing that you can use Yubel with. I mean, you practically have to play Safe Zone with the Ultimate Nightmare. I've gotten out the Ultimate Nightmare. It's not hard to get out the Ultimate Nightmare. It's just, what are you going to do with him? Unless you have Safe Zone, he's pretty well dead. And all they have to do is MST Safe Zone. So it kind of sucks. But yeah, so I wouldn't recommend running Yubel. So unfortunately, Caleb Hatfield, I think your name was, I'm not going to do Yubel, because there's just no point in doing it. It wasn't very fun, and it just was a little... I mean, it was fun because I could bring it out easily, but I didn't know what to do with it. And there was just... I mean, I could play Queen's Galaxy Light, or whatever it's called. Where is it? This thing, Galaxy Queen's Lights, and make a rank 10, but all the rank 10s suck. And, I mean, Gustav Max is alright, but he's only got 3,000 attack. His effect is only burn for your opponent, so really, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it that much, so sorry about that. And yeah, so like I said, I'll be bringing you Assault mode next time, so that's pretty much it. So thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all next time, and see ya.